Alright, so for our final weapon in the weapons showcase, it will be the light bowgun. The light bowgun also comes with a special ammo. It's called the Wyvern Blast, and I'll explain it more when I demonstrate it. I mix match my pieces because I have a lot of the pieces, a lot of the equipment come with like level 1 plus 1 attack. So then I just wanted to get those two together. It doesn't look like aesthetically very pleasing. You know, the torso doesn't really match with the helmet. But then, you know, just increase the attack damage, right? Even without hunting the beta will close in 1 hour. That is nice. That is nice. I gotta get these fucking videos out, man. Get one of the little palicos. Escort. Will you escort? So special ammo for the light bowgun. I'm not sure if there will be other types of special ammo. We'll just have to see until the game comes out, because I don't think there's been a lot of information on it yet. However, the one that the beta light bowgun comes with, you basically have 3 little traps that you place down. It's like this little, like a shell, like an explosive you place down. You can shoot it manually, or you can have the monster attack it. And when they do, it deals damage. Depending on how strong the attack is, the stronger the attack, the stronger the explosion. And also, the stronger it is, the sooner it runs out. Because you can have multiple weak ones constantly exploding the 3 traps. You can place them in 3 different locations, or like 1 at a time. Or you can just stack all 3 together while you're placing 1 at a time. So then when you shoot once, it hits all 3. So you get a lot of damage in there. I'll try to showcase this as we go on. I'm trying to find this guy though. Like, beta closes in 1 hour. I still want to like fight against the Diablos and the Rathalos and some of the other guys. But fuck, dude. I'm playing this at like 7 in the morning. 7 or 8 in the morning. Let's go follow the trail. It's a very nice feature. I've said it a million times, but the scout flies is just cool. Because rather than having to memorize each location of the monsters and like placing paintballs on them, you kind of use the scout flies to give yourself that immersive, oh, I'm tracking it down kind of thing. It's very, very easy. Right? All you do is just go near the things and then just press circle. But sometimes, depending on your luck, finding the footprints or the scratch marks or the jizz isn't too easy. Right? Sometimes it's all over the place. Sometimes it's hardly anywhere noticeable. And then you're spending like the first 50 minutes just looking for a guy that should be in most of the areas where you've been. This little cave area is another area where none of the current bosses I've noticed come here. But it's just, I wouldn't really consider this a huge area to fight the bosses, but there's not too much going on yet. So there may be more potential. I would like to see more potential in the areas where we haven't fully been often to in the beta. Because the common areas would be where the bosses are, right? Because like the beta's 20 minutes, it's pretty short. But then there's a lot of small little areas in this area and the other zone, the jungle zone, where you have small little items, materials, or just little wildlife, natural habiters just roaming, right? That you may have not noticed. And there might be secrets, you never know, there might be secrets, you know, explode this wall or like tap it with a bomb or something, and then maybe something happens, something cinematic, environmental changes, etc. Kind of like the waterfall in the jungle, top of the jungle area with the Rathalos, as you break the dam, right? I mean, yeah. Here we go. I'm gonna try to get his attention and then place down the traps and see if I can activate them all at once.
The light bowgun is a lightweight ranged weapon that's great for quick attacks and maneuverability.
Even with the sticky ammo though, you've noticed that there's a bit of a recoil, right? With the heavy bowgun, like you're more stationary. You're not being a little bit pushed back because of the blow. So that's a clear major difference. And also strafing. Strafing is a lot faster. You're not doing side hops, you're just doing rolls either way when I evade, right? Good damage now. Alright, so we placed one down. Gonna place another one. Bro. So the Bareth attacked it head on, right? So it did about 36 or something, right? Now I placed all 3. I can shoot it when he's close by, or he can attack it. Ooh! 61. I think each one did 61, but you've noticed that the traps disappeared, right? When the Bareth did its head pound attack, which did about 36-ish, they still retained their position. Like the traps were still there because they weren't hit enough or with enough damage, right? And this is another thing about the light bowgun, where certain bullets will have different properties of how you shoot them, right? Rapid fire, etc. Water being another example of you doing rapid fire. It doesn't do a lot of damage. I just don't think the thunder nor water is an elemental advantage against the Bareth. But it's just what we have, right? Just wanted to see if it's actually useful. A lot of the differences with the heavy bowgun and the light bowgun are self-explanatory. Like, a lot of the stronger ammo types, on the light bowgun, I may not be able to have multiple, or as many as the heavy bowgun in the magazine before I have to reload. With like the sticky, I think, or the slicing, I only had 1 or 2, right? Whereas the heavy bowgun may have 4 or 5 before you reload. And even with the spread ammo too, there's such a big recoil. Heavy bowgun, you're just standing there, just constantly blasting it in his face, whereas the light bowgun, you have to be more careful. You have to be more careful about the time you spend committing into the attack. And just like the other special ammos, the Wyvern Snipe and the... I don't know what the machine gun's called, I can't remember. It just recharges over time. Yo, what is that thing Jimmy has? Is that a tank? Oh, dude, that's like a ballista. Yo. Can I customize it though? That's pretty cool because there was no option for it to customize. He just pulls out like this little tank thing. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've noticed it on the yeah, like seriously, I don't think I've noticed it in the other times I've played. Sorry, like I'm not even focusing on the Bareth right now. Like I'm just nailing it with everything I have, but I'm just focusing on Jimmy right now with a little ballista. It's too adorable. And I said this when I used the heavy bowgun. When you use the light bowgun, you're not gonna get, you know, the cluster grenades, the Wyvern fire, the big ass explosion ones, right? You know, I don't think I showcased the heavy bowgun execution attack. I don't think I did. Not bad though, you know, just standard shots here and there, right? I don't think it matters what ammo type you currently have equipped. I think it's just the standard one altogether. And now we got a good positioning with the piercing ammo. Just head to tail, right? Head to tail. And I got my traps back up too, so I can do it again. But then he's running away, so there's no point doing it here. When they walk over, I don't think it activates the Wyvern Blast. I think they only activate if you attack him or if the enemies attack him. I don't think walking triggers the explosions. Not that I've noticed. Still need more time to play around with it though. But then since he's gonna jump over this cliff, I'm just gonna get a little bit ahead, maybe set up a trap there or something. You know, kind of like speedrun it. Yeah, right here is about good. It's so fast. When you place the traps, it's so fast in this game. It's 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, he was close enough to step on it, right? But it didn't explode, so we're gonna explode it ourselves. 30 each, not bad, and they're still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Doing a shit ton of damage. You know, surprisingly, the Wyvern Blast does a lot of damage. I'm not sure if it was the slicing ammo, the piercing, or some of the sticky shots, right? But then, I don't know, I feel like the Bareth died just way too fast. I'm sorry if the video gameplay wasn't enough for you guys to get an understanding. The basic thing that I just wanted to show and sort of go over was the Wyvern Blast, the special ammo, the 3 little traps that you place down. Because I was able to activate it myself with the spread ammo, or just any ammo or anything really. You could even just go up with a melee, right? I'm pretty sure you could have a teammate with a melee weapon just go and attack it. I don't think they'll get recoiled back because it's a little bit smaller of an explosion. And also the monsters themselves, I'm not sure if they can step on it, but when they attack it, it surely does activate for different types of numerical value. Because when the bear did the charge attack, it did about 60, right? But the traps disappeared faster, so maybe there is like a damage cap value to the traps rather than just having it being 30 every single time that it gets hit for a maximum of like 4 or 5 times, right? But also the light bowgun has a tendency to lean more towards the elemental and status effects with its bullets and some of the rapid fire and things like that, right? As we've seen with the water ammo just now. With the price of 1, you're shooting 2 or 3 or 4, right? Heavy bowgun, for the price of mobility and some of the other kinks that the light bowgun may have, you're getting more heavy arms and firepower. So it's kind of, which one do you like more? Maybe you can play both. You can play them all, essentially, right? It just caters towards different scenarios and audience members. And I will be making more Monster Hunter videos, but in terms of weapons showcases, this will be the last one because I just wanted to go over every weapon at least once and just, test my knowledge with it, but also show a basic introduction, the gameplay, and maybe potentially the new mechanics and moves that have may not been in there in the previous installments, right? So I hope I was able to entertain you guys and just, introduce you to the game if there were any specific weapons that you wanted to see but didn't really get a chance to play the game or have a chance to explore, right? In the end, thank you guys so much for your support with all these videos. I am very grateful to have an opportunity to entertain an audience. Doesn't matter how big or how small. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you all next time when the game comes out.